Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog. This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know where Mace, Poss, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Ready. Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter rock. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space or out your mind? But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align.
Well, Coach, this is playoff football in Chicago. The cold, the wind, the snow, and these Bear fans wouldn't have it any other way here inside historic Soldier Field. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Put up. 180. Hey, 18. Check 3.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it, and some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They begin with a run by Smith. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down, it's Smith, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Check. 319. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Let's go, D. Check, 93.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. Third down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
A nice burst there as he'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, D.
Now Rodgers. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Greg Olsen, 34 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Ricky. Check 31, check 31. Check. Now, kill. 49, check 49. Alert 3.
And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the clock. Check hot route. Hot. Shoot. Watch twist.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 3. Check 4. Ran. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Check.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded at the 20. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On second down, here's Smith. Able to avoid him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Rodgers now on first down. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Rodgers now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Makes it second and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On second down, it's Smith. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A 21-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And this, not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a
rush coming, and he's taken down. Preston Smith gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Alert, 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 alert.
Check, check, check.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Move, move.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. This will be taken at the 10. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 70 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. And he will take this all the way down to the Packers' 16-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run on first down. It's Hopkins. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3. On second down now, it's Hopkins, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The Bears on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Push him back. Check 93.
Hey, box truck.
Check 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Being chased out. That he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened-up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second half begins with a run by Smith. Oh, he goes up top. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They go back to the ground with Smith. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
25, check 25, check 25.
On first down, Jones. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's a first down on a gain of 10. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, 88, 88, 88.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Watch the sled. Watch the sled. 58, boy. 58.
To throw is Rodgers. Throwing again. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Box it. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Hey, orbit.
After the penalty, it's Smith. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Trubisky under pressure again, and down he goes again. Preston Smith able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try the right side here with Smith. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They try again with Cohen. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On the draw, this is Cohen. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down. It's Cohen. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Trubisky gives to Cohen. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Now Rodgers. And Adams has it. Good play. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 38, Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Rodgers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Inside. Takes 3. 218. Chopper.
Kill. Turn up. Check 99. Check
88. 88.
They go back to the ground with Jones. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Hey, take 26.
On 2nd and inches, Rodgers looking left side, and he's got Sternberger. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Roquan Smith. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now it's Smith running right. A spin. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Here we go. Check 93.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one taken just inside the 10. Look at the spin. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. This is Jones. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They find some open field here. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down.
A gain of 26 yards.
Rodgers looking to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.